What's up, H-Town? It's your dreadhead host, Hot Topic TV, and I appreciate y'all joining me on Everything H-Town Sports Debate Show. And on today's rundown, I have 5 reasons why the Houston Texans wide receiver group is being slept on by the national media, by us as fans, and by anyone that's looking at the Houston Texans roster. I understand they need a hands-down #1 receiver, but they being slept on and they can be very productive in this offense. So H-Town, get your listening ears ready, strap up your boots, and let's go. H-Town, you may agree with me or disagree with me, but my first reason why the Houston Texans wide receiver group will be slept on and is being slept on is because we added 2 rookie wide receivers in Tank Dell and Xavier Hutchinson. And it's always a steep hill to climb to be a productive receiver in year 1, but it's possible from all the passing camps, all the passing that colleges does, high school do. It's just possible for a rookie receiver to translate if they are schemed open. And to me, Tank Dell and Xavier Hutchinson were both productive wide receivers for over 3 years. Both of them had at least 3 years of experience. And here's your quarterback, CJ Stroud, on why he liked what he sees from Tank Dell. Check out this video and get back with me.
We got to see was a deeper ball to Tank. What's he kind of showing you early, and how is your relationship kind of developing with him?
Yeah, it's been going great. We've been hanging out in the hotel, just going over scripts, getting the plays down together. It's great to be not only just by myself in this, but with a great rookie class, not only just football players, but human beings. So Tank has done a great job, very vocal, wants to be better, wants to know what we like so he can run the route a certain way, wants to get right with the coaches. So he's just very, very in tune to what we want, and he wants to just be great.
Xavier Hutchinson is a big body. He can be an ex-receiver. I know he's going to have to prove it out there on the white lines, but the guy was productive. He did have some big drops when he was in Iowa, but as far as, Iowa State, but as far as the dude, he goes up and gets the ball. He plucks the ball out the air. The guy can be an ex-receiver, and I believe his skills will translate to the NFL. As far as Tank Dell, he's a move receiver. He's shifty. He's a crispy. He was probably one of the best route runners coming out this year's class of wide receivers. I believe Tank Dell, at the end of this year, when they do these little exercises about redrafting players, I believe Tank Dell will be a little bit higher on people's boards because the guy is explosive. He's shifty. He can stop on a dime. He can make you miss in the phone booth. Dude, the guy just has. So my number 2 reason why the Houston Texans wide receiver group is being slept on is Robert Woods. I know Robert Woods wasn't too productive. He didn't have like some eye-popping numbers with Tennessee last year, but that was because he was recovering from a torn ACL. Here's a short video of Robert Woods talking about how his offseason is going and how he feels and how his body feels and how he feels he will be productive, even more productive in this Houston Texans offense this year. Check out this video and tell me what you think.
Just a journey. I'll say ACL was a huge shock, I guess, injury to myself and my career. Just being able to have a huge injury like that, but being able to bounce back, being able to come back and play every single game last season, contribute, make plays when called upon, and being able to finish the season healthy, come back, finally get a full off season.
Robert Woods has had a year of recovery. He played 17 games last year with the Titans, and now he's having an opportunity to go through the off season. He will go through training camp. He will have all this time to get his body right, get better, get faster, and get acclimated with these quarterbacks because he already knows the scheme. The guy is a blocker. It's gonna be almost like you don't forget how to ride a bike. So Robert Woods is not going to forget how to be a wide receiver. The guy has that dog mentality in him, whether it's blocking or it's going to get the ball. And I believe he would have a way better productive season this year because of the scheme. The scheme is just going to get these guys the ball where they can get yak yards and they can get blockers in front of them and they go get it. This scheme will set him up because he already know it. So it's going to be like I said, riding a bike. He's going to be able to just jump in this thing and just go. So that's my number 2 reason why people are sleeping on him, because I know right now he's not a big name and people are saying he's old and this, that, and the third. Yeah, whatever. I can tell you, if this scheme ends up being a productive scheme, Robert Woods is going to be one of the main reasons why this team is a good team and is a productive scheme. And Bobby Slowick is going to make sure he get the ball in his hand, because the guy is just a reliable guy. He's going to be where he needs to be. He's in the quarterback room, letting the quarterbacks know where he like the ball, and they asking him, questions, and he telling them, how do they want him to be, where they want him to be. So those guys are going to be in tune. So Robert Woods is my number 2 reason why people are sleeping on him because of an injury. My number 3 reason is Nico Collins. Nico Collins is another guy who was up and down because of injury. He looked productive last year, and he looked like he was ready to take off as the number 1 X receiver, but injury again. But Nico Collins, and it wasn't even just injury, because anybody who pretty much played in that Pep Hamilton offense last season, I don't even know what to say about it, because that season was just almost, you can just throw it in the trash, man. I mean, nobody was truly productive but Dameon Pierce on that offense. And Dameon Pierce a lot of times had to make something happen for himself. So Nico Collins being schemed right, used right, big body receiver, big catch radius, can make plays in the middle of the field as well as on the boundary. So Nico Collins will be a more productive player this season in a Bobby Slowick, Mike Shanahan scheme. They just going to scheme him open. He's a 4.4 speed guy, no straight line, but if you get the ball in his hand, like I stated before with blockers, I mean, he can take off and take it to the house. He's a red zone threat as well. So that's my number 3 reason why people are sleeping on these Houston Texans wide receiver group. My number 4 reason was, name me a tight end that we had last year who was the first down guy, who can move the chains, and who was a productive receiving tight end. Name me one. We brought Jordan Akins back in off the practice squad. I'm hearing crickets because we didn't have one. And now with Dalton Schultz, that guy just gets it done. That guy is a chain mover. That guy is a red zone threat. That guy is going to eat up the middle of the field with his routes. That guy was just not on this team. We haven't had a tight end like that since Owen Daniels. So that is a big add to this wide receiver group. I know he's a tight end, but he's a receiving tight end. And he's going to help us in that production in the wide receiver area. My number 5 reason why the Houston Texans wide receiver group is being slept on is the scheme. The scheme didn't help anyone last year or the year before that. The scheme, even with Bill O'Brien, that he made that stuff rocket science. The scheme did not help the offensive lineman, anyone. Everyone was overthinking things. They couldn't play with speed. They couldn't just fire off. They was just thinking, and it looked horrible. This scheme is going to simplify things, and everybody's going to have to be able to play fast and be shot out of a cannon. It's going to scheme people open. It's going to the bootleg is going to have wide open receivers, the jet sweeps, the little slants. It's going to be a whole different offense that's going to use these guys' skill set to get people open. So that's my number 5 reason why people are sleeping on this wide receiver group. And if all these things that I stated happen with this offense next year, just watch it take off, because Dameon Pierce is a dog. And the first thing in this offense is to run the ball. And if you're running the ball and they all try to bring their safeties in the box and they try to crowd the box and stop the run, then you have Tank Dell. I mean, dude, the dude probably take it to the house. He can probably run you a go route from the slot. You have Nico Collins. You have Robert Woods. You have Dalton Schultz. You have a lot more weapons than what we had in previous years. So those are my 5 reasons why the national media and some of the Houston Texans fans are sleeping on this wide receiver group. This could be a truly a productive wide receiver group. So H-Town, I'm telling you, just keep your eyes open and come back and holler at your boy when we have a lot of these receivers showing they buttocks next year when the season starts. So H-Town, this your boy Hot Topic. It's been real, and peace. Thank you for watching my video, 5 reasons why the Houston Texans wide receiver group is underrated. If you like my Houston Texans content, don't forget to like and subscribe. H-Town, it's your boy Hot Topic. It's been real, and peace.